And now let's get to the details of those stories and more. Family of the 17-year-old student in Takoradi are yet to feel at ease even after the alleged killer has been arraigned before court. Lawyer for the accused, Edmond Akwa Ahin, is clear in his mind that his client, whose name has been given as Shaibu Ejay, did not kill the 17-year-old final-year student of the Ghana Technical Secondary School. Today, a Takoradi District Court adjourned the case to the 12th of January 2018. We'll hear from the lawyer of the accused shortly. But first, a reminder of the story and what the family expects to happen. Thousands of families across the country have settled for the Christmas and New Year festivities. But for the Beatty family, there is a sharp pain of loss. Their 17-year-old has been shot and killed after he was mistaken for an armed robber, together with his friends. Lawrence was a final-year student of the Ghana Secondary Technical School, DSTS, at Takoradi in the Western region. All the plans he had for himself and what his family had for him shattered with one wrong pull of a trigger meant to protect people like him. His uncle narrates the story as told by his father.
I received several calls from individuals to ask if my family and I were okay. At that time, we had heard nothing about anything, so I insisted that all was well. I then rushed to the house to find out what was wrong. Upon arrival, I saw everybody crying. I inquired about the problem and I was told that our son has been shot. We headed to the mortuary and realized that he was shot in the neck.
Lawrence was killed, but some of his friends survived the gunfire with critical wounds. Kobina Dokbo is one of them.
We were on our way to the street jam being organized by Shama. Initially, we wanted to board a taxi, but some of my friends decided we walk because the place was not too far. Lawrence was dancing to music from his earpiece. Suddenly, I heard someone shout, "Thief!" followed by a gunshot. I was able to run for my life, but Lawrence could not.
Felicia Kujo had great plans for his son, but that has been replaced by a tragic story she may be forced to tell over and over again.
Friday, 9 o'clock.
At about 9 p.m. on Friday, I received a phone call that I have an emergency at the hospital. We rushed to the hospital to find Lawrence's father weeping and wailing uncontrollably on the floor. We asked what the matter was, and he narrated the ordeal to us.
If there is any consolation in songs, that's what friends attempted to offer. But some of the family members are demanding nothing but justice.
We are pleading with authorities of Ghana Police Service and government to help us seek justice. The matter should not be taken lightly simply because the suspect is a cop. If we don't get justice from the police, we will use other means to get justice, including consulting a deity.
Western Region Police say the police officer whose name was given as Detective Ejay Shaibu has been arrested and in custody. But the fears harbored by family of the deceased is only too obvious. Here is another family member.
We have lost a jewel in our family, and all we demand is justice. The law must work regardless of the poor and rich. What we seek is nothing but justice.
Lawrence only wanted to be at a street jam to celebrate Christmas. But now, Christmas is being celebrated without him. In Nathalia's report for Joy News.
So that is a tragic story of Lawrence. So the latest on that matter today is that the case has been adjourned to the 12th of January. But speaking to the media after the court hearing today, lawyer of the accused, Edmond Akwa Ahen, stated emphatically that the accused is not guilty of the crime.
Normal court proceedings, according to the prosecution, they are not done with the investigation. So they brought the preliminary facts, and the courts can grant them the opportunity to finish the investigation. And so murder is a bailable offense, but since the prosecution, this is the first time I'm coming to court and I tell the court that they are not yet done with the investigation, because the courts can look the first is opportunity. You don't know when you come next on the 12th of January.
But you didn't seem happy about this.
Of course, I wasn't happy because the police cannot tell me that they are here to finish the investigation. Since Saturday, they've been with my clients, taking him from one point, from the Shaman to Sekendi. You ask yourself, after all, they cannot tell me that because it was a holiday, they were not working. They were working. The very first incident happened there. I mean, they started doing the investigation. So I was a bit surprised as to why they are saying that they are yet to finish. They've been to several places. They've gone from people who interview and done some interrogation. So for them to say that they are yet to finish is quite mind-boggling.
Are you going to plead guilty?
Of course we are not. Even we are not supposed to plead guilty. It is the duty of the court for the judge to pronounce judgment. I mean, the prosecution's duty is to prosecute the matter beyond all reasonable doubt. It's my duty to help the prosecution to, I mean, for fairness to doubt. So our duty is necessarily not to say guilty or not guilty. Of course, we did not commit the crime. Mine did not. So it is for the prosecution to prove to the court that indeed he committed a crime.
So which doubts do you have?
So many doubts. So many doubts.
Such as?
If for the stories I've heard from the media, it's anything to go by, and it's the same story that the police is going to rely on, I'm surprised. I won't go further, but all that I will say is that for the information I have and the investigation I've also done, and the interrogation I've done for my clients and the lady he accompanied, it will be extremely difficult for the police to prove their case, if indeed it happened. That notwithstanding, I'm a lawyer. I will do my work to the best of my ability. Okay. Prosecution will do the same. It is the judge that will pronounce my findings.
Edmond Akwa Ahen there, he speaks for the accused police officer. So what do the prosecution have to say about this? Let's hear Police Prosecutor Inspector Bernard Ahensa responding to fears that the police may just be covering up for its own.
For police, that's what they are brought. And it can happen that after investigation, the Attorney General office might advise otherwise. So this is what they brought for murder. This is what they are suspecting is a murder case. But Attorney General office later on can advise otherwise. So that is he was saying whatever that is also his duty.
Do you foresee this being a very long process, or is a clear-cut case?
No, for murder cases you need to do diligently. You cannot just go about it. Though I can't tell either it's a long way, but it's a process. The process is there, so you must go according to the process. That is
Some people are doubting that this will be given the due diligence it deserves because the person implicated is a police officer. What do you say?
But that one I can't tell. The case was brought for me for a month. I can't tell. And I don't think the police can do any otherwise.
So that's the prosecutor on the case there. You've heard how he responded to concerns that the police may just be covering up since it's one of their own who's been accused. Natalia has been following this particular story. She reports for us in the Western region. She joins me on the phone. Let's get a bit more on this matter. Hello, Ina. Let's start off with what we know so far about the police officer who has been accused. What do we know about him?
Well, what we all know is that he's a corporal with the Intraban police, and he has been with the police for a couple of years. And as you rightly said, apparently it seems he was escorting a lady whose name has been given as Linda. And then upon seeing these 5 people, including the deceased Lawrence, they shouted thief, and then he just shot the gun, which hit one of the victims, who is now at the Tiam Kwanta Regional Hospital. I understand he was taken to the theater this morning, and then Lawrence, who is now dead.
So are people in the neighborhood saying anything about his personality? Who is he? As in, what kind of a police officer is he? Do we know?
Not really. They haven't said anything as to who really the policeman is, but they tell me that they know him. They know he works with the Intraban police. Okay. And then they least expected this from him. Even the prosecutor, Bernard, who is sitting on the case, was telling me this morning that he's really surprised that this police officer could have done that, because he knows he has been in the job for a long time. So he doesn't understand why he has to fire a gun at the mere sight of someone paying fees. At least he thought he could have known better and have done better than what he did.
Right. Of course, that's the allegation, so we need to find out what the court says. But before that, let's also look at the family of Lawrence Baidu. How have they responded? At least the case has been quite fast in getting to the court. He's been arraigned before court. What has been the response from the family?
Yes, the family are not happy, so because they believe that though the court proceedings are still ongoing, they are not satisfied until there is final justice for their people. Because listening to the lawyer of the accused saying the accused person is not guilty and all that, they think if government or if the state does not really come into this case, there may be distortion in any form. As they have rightly said, if justice is not given to the deceased, they are going to take their own course, consult the deity or anything of that sort. Okay. But the people in the community are saying that if the family are not going to fight this battle, they are going to take it upon themselves to fight this battle. If justice does not prevail, they in Intraban and Shama will come together and fight for justice.
Right. Has this affected the relationship between the community and the police in Intraban, if you know?
No, not any of that.
Not that you can report. Very well. Thank you very much, Natalia, for that update. Natalia, there we understand from Ina's narration at the moment that one of the gentlemen, one of Lawrence's friends who survived the gunfire, was taken into surgery today. We wish him all the best with that, but we'll be following this story. On the 12th of January, they will be in court to bring you all the updates.